This is audio file 27 from the question and answer book The Mancharians' Newest Civilization. There exists a considerable amount of awareness on the issue of walk-ins, who are entities who at times enter into a person's body in a near-death experience, where the previous owner has actually departed. In this audio file, the Mancharians clarify any misconceptions people may yet have on the phenomenon of walk-ins and the purpose of their appearance. In the second half of this deliberation, we are looking at the nature of demons and demon possession. Is demon possession real? The information you will hear now is taken from the question and answer book, called The Mancharians' Newest Civilization. All sessions were recorded in 1995 in Tempe, Arizona. We offer these audio files as a free gift under the Creative Fair Use copyright rules. The text in spoken words may therefore be freely copied, distributed, and stored in any electronic format, provided no text is altered, and the authors' names are not removed from quotations of any length. All commercial copyrights are reserved by the publisher. Director: recently we read a book on walk-ins. In it the idea was portrayed that walk-ins came in large numbers during the last 2 decades. Is that indeed the case? Can you also explain to us their assignments? Mancharians: this is a rather different concept to us. What particularly is a walk-in? Director: walk-ins we believe are people whose bodies previously had a different owner as far as soul identity is concerned. The previous owner of the body volunteered to step aside in favor of a more evolved spirit entity. Here the new owner accomplishes that person's unresolved business, and then proceeds to be of greater service toward mankind's progression in the execution of his own assignments. Mancharians: so here we are discussing the absentee ritual, are we not? This indeed is quite common among those of higher dimensional evolvement and will be with you and your people who do pass into the 5th dimension. The walk-in category is very pronounced among your people in the effectiveness of duties to be performed. But these are not like the Mancharians. These come more as messengers with duties to perform and instructions to give. Unlike the Mancharians, these are messengers or walk-ins, as you call them, and tend to have strife within their lives, for here those that come into a specific absentee body, as they have evolved before their time limit was up and decidedly wanted to leave their bodies, and here another came into with duties to perform under perhaps an iota or small karma to work off. And so the two intertwined with one another. This absentee extraction and intraction back into the bodily casing is very common, as we say, among higher frequencies and higher consciousnesses, for there is a higher understanding of the whole purposes. These ones, as we have said, that do come and congregate, though few and far between really, in the counting of your numbers. This is not the norm, as we would put it, for the ones who are highly evolved do come back in circumspect, usually come back for the portraying of truths to the higher consciousnesses and to extract themselves as examples before the people and to give them truths, whether positive or negative, in order to stretch the people's minds, and to inform them of the negative and the positive aspects of their planets which they have created, and what now do they choose to do about it. For once the truth of their actions are put before them, they have a choice, and never let anyone tell you, you don't have a choice. Is this information sufficient for you? Director: yes. Do even the least evolved spirits, the ones that are traditionally called demons, also have a right of entry into this 3rd dimensional plane through the birthing process? Mancharians: here again we must make ourselves plainer as we speak. Demons, as you term them, are not necessarily lowly evolved beings. Indeed, they are among some of the highest to the highest itself, because here we have, as we did explain before, the other category, the duality of the creation itself, as you term it God, and as you term it Satan on the other hand, who you term or what you term as Satan, or Lucifer, as you prefer names given to things or beings. Would you consider then that being, or group of beings, altogether in one consciousness as being lowly evolved? Director: no, not really. Mancharians: just because you face the negative aspect in a stronger semblance, do not for a moment conjure within your minds that it must be lowly. You also have the demons of the most inexperienced, those ones just beginning their journey of experiences, and they too have their demon side, or negative attributions, as we prefer. Director, thank you. Evidence of demon possession sometimes rears its ugly face in a rather frightful way. Can you explain what it is and how it can be cured? Mancharians, demon possession. A cure for? This is a definitely different concept, is it not? Here you have and are radiating an essence of the negative, and taking over the positive. And here we have a great imbalance. The issue here is to get back into balance. Whether it be a negativity created of your own thought forms, or whether it be negativity of another, which wants to control. Balance of course is the yin-yang, the perfect structure. And as we have said before, you cannot have the negative at a 60% and a positive at a 40%, or vice versa here. All must be attained as a balance, for even having the positive as a 60 and the negative as a 40, you have imbalance. And with imbalance reigns chaotic injunction. We have chosen that word for lack of a better one at this time. And how again can you prefer or understand that the negative and the positive should be a 50-50? Indeed, would it not be better by far for the individual to perform a 60 positive and a 40 negative? Not so. For in effect anything out of balance seems to tip. And anything that tips eventually finds itself drowning. Preferably speaking here as an example, if you happen to be a boat. You must understand if you drown the negative or chaotic side of your essence, then what is there left to show and perform and push you upward on your journeyings to the higher essence of life? Do you understand here in your concepts of limited understanding? End of file 27. Our presence on internet is freeearthsystem.net. Also, starshipfederation.atspace.com.co.uk. My presence on Facebook is facebook.com/Sentana-Ries. It is our intent to present to you listeners the words of the Mancharians from the book, The Mancharians' Newest Civilization, in audio segments of approximately 5 to 9 minutes in length. Enjoy listening to the words of our evolved forefathers.